What is good, YouTube? It is your boy Trillis T, aka Tyler, coming at you again with another video. And today's video is episode 7, Puerto Escondido. So this is week 7 of my entire 2-month Mexico trip, backpacking solo. In today's video, I am going to talk about my experiences in Puerto Escondido, which include the bus ride there, me experiencing and realizing what kind of traveler I am, the trips I took in Puerto Escondido around, and my experience skating, and to finish it all off, finding a bus ride out of Puerto Escondido, which is kind of interesting. So let's go. First, I had to get into a bus from Oaxaca and go to Puerto Escondido. I talked about this in my last video. If you haven't seen it, I totally recommend you to go check it out. You won't be unimpressed because, you know, I make good shit. So go check that one out. So Puerto Escondido, that bus ride is god-awful shit. And you can look up any source, Oaxaca to Puerto Escondido, and find just terrible reviews of this bus ride. And I was gonna embark on it. And I'll give you guys a rundown. So there's two types of bus. There's colectivos and actually giant buses. I recommend colectivos because they're around $15 US compared to a giant bus, which is 25. And on top of that, the time difference is ridiculous. So with a colectivo, it's like a van. A colectivo's a van, but the Spanish word is collective. You get the idea. With a colectivo, it takes about 6 hours to get to Puerto Escondido. With a bus, it takes about 10 to 12. So whichever you want. If you want comfort, go with the bus. If you want convenience and speed, go with a colectivo. My ass, I took a colectivo thinking, oh yeah, I'm saving money and I'm gonna get there early. A win-win, baby! I get on this colectivo and my bus driver, he's just slow as shit. He's a slug. We get in here and I'm like, okay, let's go, baby. And then he stops and he's like, okay, yeah, let's get tacos. I'm like, okay, you know, I can eat, and I'll throw it up on this terrible bus ride because that's what everyone does. And then we go down and he's like, yeah, let's use the bathroom. Let's use the bathroom again. It's like, bro, what the fuck? I want to go to Puerto Escondido, not to your stops. Needless to say, it took 8 hours, maybe 10. I broke even with the bus ride, to be honest. I should have just took the bus. I should have went with the bus. Guy fucking pissed me off. Next, I was talking about how I started realizing things about myself on this journey. I realized that I'm not much of a fan of beach towns. I feel that beach towns, there's not a lot to do. Puerto Escondido was a lot like Sayulita in the sense that you either surfed or you smoked weed. And if you weren't doing anything else, you're kind of shit out of luck. Puerto Escondido was a lot bigger than Sayulita, but it still had that small surf vibe, and I wasn't the biggest fan of it. On top of that, the hostel I was staying at was just bad news. The people were very stuck up. I met a few cool people, but it was very limited. I felt very isolated. Moving on, I was at my hostel full of douchebags, or interesting people that do not fit my needs. They told me about this trip that was cheap and it hit on all the fields of expertise when it comes to the Pacific Ocean, which is tuna fishing, turtle seeking, and dolphin watching.
Target neutralized.
7 a.m. in the morning here in Puerto Escondido. Now, I woke up this early, you know, you might be questioning it, only because I'm gonna go catching big game in the big old blue, baby. And go pet some sea turtles and ride dolphins. Take my sombrero off, throw that stuff in the water, and we're gonna go swim.
And then we get on this boat. And this boat ride, man, this boat ride was straight from hell. I'd say that this boat ride was worse than the ride into Puerto Escondido. We saw turtles, yeah, we saw turtles. It was very delightful, so to say. We were in this boat, and there was like turtles, and this couple was there too, and they're like, oh, turtles, so cute, they're from a distance. And then we you know, we go and get up there. We look over at the turtles, and you know what they're doing? Están caliente. Those turtles were having sex in the ocean. Very funny. We pull up, and the couple, yeah, look, cute turtles. Wait, what are those turtles doing? Yeah, those turtles are having sex. They're getting it on. So we moved past that point into the dolphin seeking. So we were like, oh yeah, let's get it going. This is uncomfortable. So we start seeing these dolphins. We see dolphins that are spinning. They're on shrooms. And then we see dolphins that are just jumping out of the water, which are normal dolphins. All in all, it was cool. I've never seen dolphins before. It was cool for like the first few dolphins, and then I'm kind of like, oh, dolphin. It's like, dude, okay, I've seen enough dolphins. Let's get out of here. We didn't catch any tuna fishing, and then to finish all this experience off, because hey, it was delightful, I got seasick. I threw up over the boat 3 times. And it was disgusting. I was continuing to throw up my breakfast that morning, which was a granola bar. No words can describe it. And then the tour guide was trying to speak Spanish with me, and my Spanish was terrible at this point. And he's like, so, how are you doing? You want to go back? It's like, dude, I'm fucking throwing up. Of course I want to go back. And then he made me feel like a dick, like, well, you know, well, I suppose we'll go back because this kid's sick. Yeah. It's like, yeah, we're gonna fucking go back. I'm throwing, you want me to keep throwing up? God damn, man. Yeah. It was a fun time. I'm making light of it, or making fun of it, but all in all, I had a fun time. I really did learn a lot about the Pacific Ocean, and I saw turtles fucking. That was cool. And I saw dolphins on drugs. That was also cool. I'm so fucking smart ass. I did a lot of skating when I was here. I wanted to do surfing, but the waves were just gnarly. There was a storm that came in, and these waves were the biggest I've ever seen. And they're very close to shore. I'd say they're about 7-footer, 8-footers. And Puerto Escondido is very much known for its waves. During the high tide of the year, the waves attract many, many surfers from around the world. So you really have to respect them. When I was surfing at Sayulita, I met Carlos. If you haven't checked out my Sayulita video, link description video there. I met Carlos and he's like, hey bro, if you go down to Puerto Escondido, really respect those waves because they can fuck you up. They can straight kill you. So I took his advice and I was scared shitless. I didn't surf, but I did surf the concrete. I went to their skate park, a little janky. I'm surprised that I honestly did not get tetanus. I shredded it and I created some artwork on the wall there with a Sharpie. That, hey, if you're in Puerto Escondido, check it out. If you skate, that's my artwork. Next thing you know it, my time in Puerto Escondido was up. So I went to the local bus station with the knowledge that I was gonna take one bus ride to Tuxtla Chiapas.
So where was I? Yeah, I got here and I was like, hey man, I want to catch a bus to this place because Rum the Real told me. And he's like, no, I just got a flight, or just a bus to Chiapas. And went around with this whole confusion, and then I just fucking gave up. I was like, you know what? This is 660 pesos. Rum to Rio would have probably cost me like 500. Maybe 550, 600. So I'm only giving up like 100 pesos, $5. There's no point in arguing. I just kind of gave up and let him give me the easy route.
Got on this bus, rode it for 12 hours. 12 hours straight. It began at 5 p.m. and ended whenever it ended. I don't know, sometime in the a.m. Slept on the bus, very uncomfortable, but I got to Chiapas. And Chiapas is so freaking cool. Chiapas and Oaxaca are both up there for my favorite places in Mexico. Tuxtla Chiapas is where the magic happens. I go sightseeing with locals, I meet up with friends, I become a reggaetonero. I start liking reggaeton. I'm sorry, it's true. This is the place where I really like it. I go to a gay bar. I write about that in my blog. I don't have any video footage, but I go into a gay bar and really crazy shit. There's so much cool stuff that happened in Tuxtla Chiapas. Do not miss the next video. As always, subscribe to my videos, hit the bell icon, then you will be notified. In the description is my blog. If you're curious on any of the stuff I do not talk about in the videos, it is in my blog. It's kind of dirty, kind of cool, very unique. Check that shit out. No one else will tell you about it. And enjoy your day. Enjoy your day and freaking live life because your life is the only one you have. and please be inspired to go to Mexico because it is fucking great and no one else can fucking tell you that but me. Thank you.
Caliber Beats. Caliber Beats.com.